Welcome back to the SiteApex training video series. This video will cover the second part of the page contents editor. Um, to get to where I am now, you'll want to click on the name of the page that you want to edit on your site. So I've just clicked on Home. This will bring up the general edit screen. In the first video we covered text formatting and different ways to manipulate your text. In this video we're going to go in the top row, which has some more advanced options, and again it's just some more general typical editor tools that you'll find for your content. The first are just some sort of administrative options like undo and redo. So undo will just reverse the changes I just did, and since I started editing this page at least, and redo will again bring it back. So if you need to go back and forth a few steps, undo and redo are available. Maximize. You can use this to, if you click on the maximize, you can actually full screen your editor. Now this won't represent exactly how wide your website is, but it'll definitely give you just some more room if you need to see it all at once. You can use that. You can click the minimize now to get that back to the regular size. The next option is find. If you have a lot of content and you need to find something in there, you can type in a word and click find, and that'll show you where it found that on the page. There's a few find options as well, like matching the case if you want to be case sensitive, or match a whole word or just part of a word. The second option beside that and related to that is replace. So you could find a word and replace it with another word. So if you have a large document and you have one word that needs to be replaced multiple times, you type in your new word and the replace with, and the first field goes in with what you want to find. You can replace one by one or click replace all. The next option, paste from Word, is useful when you've got any content from another word processing tool or even any other web page really. You want to use paste from Word because this eliminates any formatting that is not web compatible. So extra formatting that Word might include that just does not work on the web. You can use Control V to paste on a PC or Command V on an Apple computer. Paste into here. Clicking OK will insert the text wherever your cursor was. So it's good to use that if you're if you don't have any plain text, if it's formatted already and you want it to sort of reset when you're using it on your site. You'd want to use the paste from Word option here. The next option is the image properties, and we're actually going to dedicate a video specifically to this just because it is slightly advanced and has some more options that you might want to use related to image. So we're going to cover all of that in a video all on its own. The next icon is Flash. If you do have a Flash video or some Flash animation, you can again add that onto your site. Flash is pretty uncommon these days, but if you're making one, you'll know what you're doing with these options. But we haven't used that too often with our customers. More importantly, these days you might have a YouTube video. So again, clicking in where you want to insert that video, clicking on the YouTube icon, you can embed a video on your page very easily. Two options. Right from the YouTube video page, you can create embed code, HTML code from Google YouTube to create your video spot. You can paste that embed code into this box and just click OK. Alternatively, you can click on the paste. You can grab the URL from your video up in the address bar, paste it in here, and then use these checkboxes in this width and height to define your own options for this video. You can also, fairly common one these days is make responsive, which ignores the width and height, fits to width. So basically this will fit the video to the entire width of whatever the content area is on your site. Once you've got your options in there, just hit OK and that will insert your video. The next option is page layouts. If you have this module enabled, you'll see a few options here to insert, but this is not too common. Visit our support site for more details on that. A few linking options that are quite commonly used. If you need to link to a page on your website, you can highlight text or an image and click on the internal links icon. And what this does is bring up a list of your sitemap of your existing pages on your site. By clicking on one of these links, it will create a link to that page on the text that you've highlighted. So this is just a quick and easy way to create a hyperlink from one page to another page on your site that you want your customers to get to from this page. So again, highlighting text, clicking on internal link. The next option, link option, allows you to do a little bit more with your links. So by clicking on that link, the next link box, I can see, since I was on this is my text link. As you can see, it shows me the link that I just made. Now, alternatively, I can delete this and I can put in any URL I want to the internet, another website, or just a link to another file. There's a few different types of links. There's URL, which is just a web-based link, address link. Link to anchor in text, which I'll explain in a little while. If you've created an anchor somewhere else in your text at the bottom, you can link to that anchor. So that's when you see text, when you have a link that jumps down the page to another spot on your page. This is how you'd set that up. You would use this link to another anchor in the text. First step is creating your anchor. We'll show that in a little while. Email, if you just want to set up a link to an email address, you can use email hyperlinks. So when they click on some text, it'll open up their email editor program to send an email. Most commonly, though, it's a URL. You can click the Browse Files if you want to upload a file that you want them to link to. So if you want them to link to a larger version of an image or to a PDF, for example, you can upload your PDF using the add file. And if you click on that document you want to link them to and click select, you'll see it'll put the address for that file in this URL line. If I click OK, that text is now linked to that image. So to preview that, if I go up to preview, and if I click on this is my text, it'll load up that image. Now you notice it opened in the same window. To change that, if I click on my link, go back to the link properties, and go to target, I can define where I want that link to open. The most common options are new window or same window. Typically, if you're linking away from your site or to something that you just want them to look at temporarily, you'll choose the new window, or in HTML terms, _blank. If I set that and click OK on this link now, this will behave much differently. If I click on preview, click on this in my text, it'll actually open up a new tab or new window for that. So when I close it, they'll still remain at your page. That'll make more sense with you when you see that in action. To remove a link, you click on your link or highlight your link and simply click on the unlink icon, and that just deletes your link for you. The next option, as I mentioned, was anchors. So what we can do is we can highlight something at the bottom, click on anchor, call this bottom, click OK. Now this will flag it here to tell you there's an anchor. If I go back to the top and I set this bottom one here, highlight this, go to my link, click on link type, change this to link to anchor in the text. Now I'm able to choose an anchor name, and I created one at the bottom called bottom. So linking this up and clicking OK now means if I go and preview this, when I click on subheader, it'll now jump me as far down as I can go to get to this anchor. So this is used for if you have like a question and answer page. You might have a set of questions at the top and then paragraphs with answers. You can have a link from the question, if they click on a specific question, down to the paragraph about that answer. That's how that's done with anchors. Next option is tables. This little tool table properties box will help you create the table in the first place, so you can define your rows, columns. If you the headers of the first, if you want it to be the first row, first columns, or both. Basic titles of your columns and rows. Border size, default set to 0. Alignment, you can set your alignment in general for the text in your table. The width, by default, it sets it to 100 pixels. Or sorry, 500 pixels. You might want to change that to 100% just for the width to go across the whole page of your site. You can also do some cell spacing, cell padding adjustments here. If you want to do some more advanced options with your tables, feel free to jump into the Advanced tab. Hitting OK will add the table wherever you clicked. Now, to do further modifications to your table, you're going to want to right-click, and you'll have a few options available once you've had your table on there. Under Cell, you'll be able to insert new cells, before and after, delete cells, merge your cells or split the cells. You can also go to Cell Properties, and this gives you the options to set your width and height of your cells, if text wraps, the type of data that's in your cell, if it's data or if it's a header, and some more advanced options. You can set your background color, background border color, for example, on your property. Just hitting OK will set that. Again, right-clicking, you can add more rows or delete rows. Columns, the same thing. You can insert and add a column. So all this is available in the right-click menu on the table. You can also delete your table by clicking this, or head back to the table properties here to set some of the main options again to your table. So just remember, if you set up a table, to right-click on it to get the extra options for your cell properties, rows, columns, table properties again. And we're just going to delete table to show you that. A couple other small options in here. You can insert a horizontal line, which just goes the width of your content. The next option here, special characters, just gives you a bigger variety of unique characters you might need to use in your content or text. The trademark, for example, or different currencies. Some sort of there's some fractions in here as well if you need that. So you just click on the special character to insert it onto your page. I explained this earlier in video number 1, but this option allows you to remove formatting. So again, you can highlight text and remove the formatting. We had bolded that earlier, so that's going to remove the bold. The source button allows you to toggle between the main editor view and the HTML content view. So you can actually, by clicking source, it'll open up your content in HTML view. So if you're well versed in HTML coding language, you can definitely dive in there and insert HTML as you wish onto your page. By clicking the source button, you'll switch back to the regular view, and this is more or less what you'll see when you get on the site. Some sites might have a styles drop-down. We've since replaced that with using the heading paragraph formatting box, but this is just, again, another set of some design instructions and preset designs on your site. So again, to use those, you would just highlight the text, click the drop-down, and choose the style that you're trying to use. So that concludes the formatting video. As mentioned, we're going to cover the images in its entirety in a separate video. I hope this helps. Thanks very much for listening and watching.